In DC, for DC. DC Radio, 96.3 HD4 and DCRadio.gov.
What's going on, everybody? How are you today? Yes, we are privileged to experience another day. Y'all, listen to me. Today, I have a guest in the studio that I am so excited to be with. Here, first and foremost, let me give my shout outs now on this side of things. Shout out to my DC radio family. Shout out to everybody out there who's listening to this show. You might be watching this show right now. Shout out to Shane and Max Myrick and Miss Malika J. Caldwell in the studio today. Hey, how you doing there? So listen, today, ladies and gentlemen, I have the Christylez Bacon in the studio. What's up, son?
Brother, man, I'm good. I'm really happy to be here.
Yes, indeed.
Man.
Listen. So y'all know. So we started a little bit late today. First and foremost, me and this brother, we were in here. We were just talking, and I forgot. I was like, we haven't even gone on live yet, and got to talking about so many things. And we were going to expose some of those things and give you a little bit of knowledge for your journey on today. First and foremost, my brother Christylez Bacon is a Grammy-nominated progressive hip-hop artist and multi-instrumentalist from Southeast Washington, D.C. Hooty hoo, real D.C. And we're back.
Yes.
As a performer, Christylez multitasks between various instruments such as the West African djembe drum, acoustic guitar, and the human beatbox, a.k.a. the oral percussion, and we'll get into that in a bit, all while continuing the oral tradition of storytelling through his lyrics. You all, first and foremost, I got to take a break right here. Y'all have to see this brother live because he can take anything, spoons, I'm sure like bottles, anything, and just make it happen. And it's so inspiring. I'm going to get back to this bio. Brother, it's so inspiring over the years that, we have had the opportunity to see each other sometimes on U Street. And, we're going to get into that because they're shutting down a lot of the U Street music places where we used to play music at. You know what I'm saying? But just over the years and to see your creativity and see the platform that you have built it upon to now, brother, my hat goes off to you. As what they say, so give you flowers while you can smell them. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So listen, so I know. Let me share a little bit more of this because his bio, and this is even a short one, is so interesting. In Washington D.C., Christylez began a cross-cultural collaborative concert series entitled Washington Sound Museum. WSM is a monthly intimate celebration of music featuring guest artists from diverse musical genres with Christylez Bacon and his progressive hip-hop orchestra. Since WSM's inception, Christylez has collaborated with artists from various cultural backgrounds ranging from the Hindustani, and Carnatic music of India, the contemporary Arabic music of Egypt, and the music of Brazil. With a mission towards cultural acceptance and unification through music, Christylez is constantly pushing the envelope. Yes, he does. From performances at the National Cathedral to becoming the first hip-hop artist to be featured at the Smithsonian Folk Life Festival, composing and orchestrating an entire concert for a 12-piece orchestra commissioned by the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts and the Smithsonian Institute, or recording a folk hip-hop children's album. Listen, this brother is everywhere. He is the recipient of multiple honors awarded by the Washington Area Music Association. Yes, that's WAMA. Yes, including 2013 Artist of the Year and the Montgomery County Executive Award for Excellence in the Arts, and has even been honored as a 2012 Library Superhero by Friends of the Library of Montgomery County. Ladies and gentlemen, the Christylez Bacon.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yes, indeed. So, brother, that is first of all an amazing bio. So, tell us a little bit about you. Know you're, like I said, you're a DC native, and this is the stuff that people want to hear about. And we share our journey with them, so they, it will help them along the way, and that your dreams can come true. And what you have been doing has been absolutely amazing. So, share with us, brother. How did you get started? And all that good stuff.
I got started with music because my mother used to be a DJ, and she used to DJ parties and stuff like that.
Really?
And so my mom's a hip hop head.
Gotcha.
And because she like DJ like basement parties for my great uncles and stuff like that, like her her record collection and her musical knowledge goes back from my grandma's era, her era, which is going to be all of that hip hop stuff, all the R&B and some house, right? And then boom. So I just grew up listening to a lot of that, and because I grew up in Southeast, I grew up in the on the map. It's officially known as Washington Highlands. That's the neighborhood, but we call it Condon Terrace. Like, that's the hood name.
Oh, no, exactly.
Like, yeah. Exactly. Like, I'm from Washington Highlands region, but like, what Condon Terrace? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so DC people, it's just like, well. And people don't know it because everybody thinks if you're from east of the Anacostia River, you're from Anacostia. Like, oh, that is Anacostia. It's just like, oh, no. You got to get on the A2 and go deep up in there.
See, and that's, but that's a particular thing. So, we love and we embrace the DMV. It's also a little bit different for those who are born and raised in Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
and how it's broken down and stuff,
Literally, you get your stars and stripes in that joint. I mean, stars and bars, like, growing up. So when someone says that, oh, they from D.C., it's like, oh, you made it through that whole era? Exactly. Like, you're amazing.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you good? You sing?
Right.
Okay, that's
exactly.
nice.
So what's a little bit of the inspiration behind what you do? Because you do so much and we're going to talk about like your creative process, but what is one of the primary inspirations behind what you do?
Growing up in Southeast in that part of the city, it was like growing up in Nigeria because it was just like all black people, right? Yeah. It was all black people. We see no diversity.
That's right.
I didn't know soccer was a thing around the world. I thought it was like a white suburban like mom thing. Until I started going Northwest and hanging out with the youngest, my Latinx homies and all that. And it was like, oh, Ethiopians, like, oh, everybody doing soccer.
Right.
So in Southeast in particular, east of the river, it was all black, right? And so you didn't really have a lot of diversity there.
Gotcha.
And I always wanted to learn about the world, but I would find out about it through these black and white encyclopedia pictures and stuff like that. And but I would be exposed to different music, like on TV. It'd be like a random Indian joint or whatever. And I would beatbox because we didn't have drums and stuff like that. I developed this beatbox thanks to my mom playing Dougie Fresh records. Hey. And I was like, oh, that sound hot right there. If I just beatbox over that, I kind of like got like a lot of joy and pleasure from taking some music that already exists that is from a different space, orchestral music, whatever, and beatboxing over that joint and making it sound fly.
That is amazing. And the thing about it is like we were talking about before, some of the collaborations that you've done it's amazing. It's the different styles of music. I'm talking about like even like the bio said. I'm talking about from Indian and Arabic music and Brazilian music with your beatboxing and just the way that you approach it. It doesn't ever sound like it's a gimmick. It sounds like this is a creation, it's like you're capturing a moment in time of like literally blending two whole different things together. Like you said,
thank you so much.
Like you said, us coming from DC, because, I grew up like on 7th Street. So I was, 7th M, that area.
Oh, okay. You from Northwest? I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, family's still there. So back then, of course, things are changing now, but I didn't see a lot of diversification either. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times, we were, my mom and my family was musically inclined, but we would stay in the house. So the next thing you know, the music that we're hearing, or, it would be we thought it was from boredom, but actually we were tapping into some creativity that would change our lives forever.
Yo, that's crazy, right?
You know what I'm saying? So like the collaborations, the mindset that you have to be in, where does that creativity come from?
Oh, man. Well, it comes from a thing. My whole mission statement is cultural acceptance and unification through music.
Gotcha.
And because of the music that I do and the experiences that I had going to like Duke Ellington and stuff, I've been able to be around a lot of different people and have like these conversations with people that everyone else in my hood wouldn't be able to have.
That's right.
But these conversations could change your life because you learn about people in the world and you grow. And so I'm a lot of times inspired to do this work by the whole idea of like replicating these experiences for others.
Got it.
Like that. And when I work with another artist, I like to like really learn about the styles of music. So if you like for Indian music, for example, it's like, okay, I'm not just gonna throw like a hip hop beat over it.
Right.
I actually like to learn the theory behind it and stuff. And like, oh, how do y'all arrange this stuff rhythmically?
Right.
What are the time signatures you use? What is this called when y'all do this and this and that? So I try to do that for like every style of music, like really go in, because with that, I could really go in and give people what they need to feel from the original style of music, genre of music, traditional genre of music. Mm-hmm. And then I could also weave in hip hop in a way that's artful too, and go in a way that's really artful.
And that's what the listener experiences when they hear your music. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my hat goes off to you because I know how it can be a challenge. But if you all are listening, he does his homework. He's an A student. He doesn't just jump into like I said, a different genre of music and don't know the precepts and concepts behind what that is. Yeah. So it makes the gumbo all that more rich, and flavorful. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all homegrown stuff. Yeah. And, and so listen, with no further ado, I want you all to hear. I'm gonna feature one of his songs. It is called. Tell us about "It's the Beatbox."
Yo, that's an interesting song. I was so I used to teach in DC public schools for like 4 years. Really? For 4 years as an independent contractor.
Gotcha.
And, working with the national organization Concerned Black Men, and I would do creative writing. And one summer, I was set up to be at Burney Elementary School in Berry Farms. That's like the rival hood of Condon Terrace.
Right.
But I was up in that joint, as a teacher. And I was like, you know what? I would like to have a piece that I could come through. I could come in the classroom, I could do this, and they could know more about what I do with beatboxing and my music, and they could hear me play the guitar and rap and do all that at the same time.
Right.
And so I originally wrote that piece for my students at Burney Elementary.
Really?
And then next thing you know, that joint got featured on an album called Banjo the Beatbox. Later on, they got nominated for Grammy. I got a chance to go to the red carpet with my friends, Kathy Fink and Marcy Marxer, who I did the album with.
Got it.
And there, I got a chance to meet Dougie Fresh on the red carpet, yo. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was a crazy story. So that piece is inspired by that experience, and it does that. But the work, I like to write stuff that is like multi-generational.
Gotcha.
So it worked for my kids in elementary school, but it also works for like a party and adults.
Absolutely, because I heard it, I was like, I want to play this on the show.
I mean, because you're just trying to crank and stuff.
Exactly.
And so what you're hearing on that song is like 99% acoustic instrumentation. That whole album called Hip Hop Unplugged is all acoustic instrumentation. It includes horn section, string section, beatbox on the entire album, including the song. No drum set, just the beatbox and guitar.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what you're going to hear for that song.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, this is It's the Beatbox by the homie and newfound friend, yes indeed, pioneer in DC. I'm stamping it right here on DC Radio. The Christylez making here on Choppin It Up with Chook on DC Radio.
Yeah, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. So we ain't got no drums on this track, it's all beatbox. So y'all need to sing this with me. Yo, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. Your turn, your part. The human beatbox. The human beatbox. Come on. Let's break it down. Now I could walk down the street and always have a drum with me. I play it at the shows and they say it sounds pretty, but some strange reason not everybody can see it. I play it while I'm singing and I clean it while I'm breathing. Got a sound like, and a sound like. If you put them both together, then it's. It took a lot of practice and it started as a hobby, and now I got 20 different drums in my body. It's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. Yo, it's the beatbox. Come on, yo, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. Come on. Now I can make people groove cause it sounds so smooth. What the and then bring it back as I bust a rap, and I can keep it going cause it's cool like that. The beatboxing started, let's say, in the 80s. People heard the sounds with the mouth and said that's crazy, and you can make the sounds with the letters in the alphabet like B's and P's and T's and other things, from clock sounds and doorbell rings. You see, the beatboxer uses all types of things. Now we can make it go fast or make it go slow. It's so versatile that we can make it do both. Now, we all have a million drums that's inside our chest, but be careful when you use them, you could run out of breath. Now, I could easily cough and throw the beatbox off, or mix the beat with the cough, and the problem is solved. Yo, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. It's the beatbox. Come on, everybody, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. Yo, let's get a drummer sound. Come on. That's right. Sure. Okay. I need everybody to put their hands up to this one. Yo, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. I want this to sound like the hood choir Southeast. Come on. Yo, it's the beatbox. It's the beatbox. The human beatbox. Ain't just beatbox. We got my man John Coker on the saxophone. Okay. Let's make the groove. Let's bring the horns in. Let's bring it up
Absolutely. It's the Beatbox by Christylez Bacon. So listen, we were in here talking, and it's so many things. Oh my God, we don't even have enough time. We're gonna have to. I would definitely have to have you back on some different series of interviews, brother. But we were talking about like your platform and the creativity behind like what it is that you do, and tell us, can you just repeat what you were just saying about when you went to the Grammys and then the following week you came back? You know,
I was saying that it's really fascinating because music will have you in some interesting places, right? And it's so interesting because you could be performing at a gala like one day where people are raising like paddles to like just give away like $10,000 like it ain't nothing, like boop boop boop.
Right.
And you're doing this performance to encourage people to throw those paddles.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, if I could do that for myself.
Exactly, I'll be straight.
Yeah, so and then the next day you'll be performing in the library. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, and then I use the example of like when I was nominated for a Grammy back in 2010. Like went to the Grammys and stuff. You know, you got the whole outfit. You on the red carpet and stuff.
Right.
And meet Dougie Fresh. You get to see Beyonce, all these cats.
Right.
And then the next week when you get back from LA, in this case in 2010, I was in Northwest DC. I was in the Parkview neighborhood. I was in this house renting this one room. I was like one of 6 house guests and stuff, housemates. And yeah, you just eat mostly cereal. You know what I'm saying?
I would say that because, you know, we had a studio. Our studio food was like sardines. So the ones in hot sauce, the ones, listen, we tried them all. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
that's the amazing protein and iodine.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, so you can get lit off the sardines. So,
Chris, that was a question, brother. So, what is it that you like most about being an artist?
What I like most about being an artist, I get to be observant. Mm-hmm. This thing actually, to be able to be in different like situations, different communities and stuff, like it's kind of like, it's like a pass through reality. Like you get like a easy pass through reality or societies in ways because normally if you're hanging out with these folks, right? Like from this country, whatever, maybe they're not going to be that accepting of like American folks, or maybe because of their limited experience or their lack of experience, they're not really comfortable with black folks. But through music, though, it's like, oh, this guy play like a mud, and then we're here, we're in community, and then they get a chance to open up and learn, and now their whole situation is like it's open and better about different things, you know?
Absolutely. You know what? That's amazing you said that, because there was a session I did. This was maybe a year ago, and it really pays off that, first of all, you're well versed in whatever musical thing that you do, whether it's beatboxing or whether it's, lyricism or anything. And I was like, I did this session. It was actually in Baltimore. And the homie had different people come in from different states who was going to play on this album. Okay. So we're in the studio. We don't know each other. Yeah. So for 4 hours, everybody's there is just on their phone, Instagram and everything, not really engaging with each other until we got on our instrument. And when I tell you, as soon as we got on our instrument and everybody played, and it was like, oh, well, hey, how are you? Such and such. We're like, we've been here all day.
Like, all right, Mississippi, I see you over there. You getting it. Okay. Oh, people in Ohio play like that? Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's funny.
So on the flip side, what don't you like? If there's anything that you don't like about being a artist?
Dang, anything I don't like about being an artist? Let's see. Yeah. There's the negative stigma about artistry.
Got you.
Yeah, that stuff is just whack. So it's like like people say, oh, you're an artist. Like I was just talking to someone the other day that lives in my building. They was like, hey, so you a musician and stuff? I'm like, yeah. And it's like, there's like, oh yeah, so what else do you do and stuff? And I was just like, oh, just like, really? Like I was like, yeah, I'm your neighbor. Right. I pay the same rent you pay.
That's right.
But it's just with music. It's been this way since 2008. I've been a full-time artist since 2008. Wow. And brother. So, thank God, thank goodness for mentorship and stuff. But, we have these ways of looking at artists, thinking that maybe musicians in particular are going to be of bad character, of bad morale.
Gotcha.
And just not really sustainable. But there are all types of ways to do it.
Right. And that's so crazy. Like, well, and that's what the main society take on, like, artistry, music, and arts. You know what I'm saying? If it's not spiritual, well, sometimes everybody gets the blunt end of it. You know what I'm saying? Or just like the scrutiny, and it's just like we're people just like anybody else, and we've just taken this element of being creative and allow it, like you said, to be sustainable, and not only that, but to be able to profit from our creativity. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that's a thought, but it's a part of the whole cultural change. I was really, really amazed, brother. Not long ago, we had the DC Music Summit, and we were preparing to go, and I was like, well, I hadn't seen who's going to be on the I wanted to go. This was one time I said, I need to put some time into knowing who else I'm surrounded by in my own hometown. Yeah, a lot of times we go out and we travel, we go there. And sometimes, it's unfortunate that, sometimes a lot of us, or we have the stigma that we don't work together. We, a lot of times, haven't had the opportunity to work together, like we were mentioning before.
Like gigging.
Yeah, you're gigging, or some of the circles are different. Yes. But we brought that up, and first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, Christylez Bacon was the keynote speaker at the DC Music Summit. And when you all had that panel thing where everybody was, in the room. Yeah. Dude, when I tell you that it opened up so much to like my eyes, or like you said, opening up conversation, and one of the things, like you said, and can you expound upon that? Because that was a major thing, like different people coming together. And like some of the collaborations, if we don't know who we run into or don't have the opportunity, we can't come up with stuff to, to have its own market, just like you've done beatboxing with a twist. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes if I wouldn't have known you, I was like, that opportunity would have never presented itself. Yeah. So like with that and that platform, even like the DC Music Summit, how do you suggest like that we can unify, or some ways that we can unify?
The ways we could unify in DC as artists, I think being in community by collaboration is cool. I mean, but sometimes you might not want to collaborate with everyone.
Gotcha.
And, but the sharing of resources is important. The piece about going out to support each other could be really interesting because, like, you know, if you're doing most of your gigs on the weekend, you only got like 2 days or 3 days if we were including Friday night.
Gotcha.
And so if you got gigs on that joint, they got gigs on that joint. It's hard to support each other.
Gotcha.
But I think, but we have online forums and stuff like that,
Gotcha.
right? Now, I think we should support each other and we should share resources.
Yeah.
And I think sharing resources are a really big and important thing because then we get to grow. Like, what if in every cell that you have, it didn't already come with this mitochondria and this stuff right here.
That's right.
Then if you don't have that collaboration off top, then you'll be starting over from scratch. You'll be starting over just from like trying to form a single cell organism every time.
Gotcha.
Instead of like, yo, this is already pre-built in here.
Gotcha.
Like these are a combination, like you're in your cell. These nucleus and all these pieces, they're already like, they're all separate like single things, but they all work together and collaborate on the regular, and that's like one cell in your body, right? And so
right.
if we share the resources and we're really open with it because we know that there's an abundance here and that what is meant for you is meant for you and what is meant for me is for me, and there's no competition in that case.
Exactly.
If we go from that, then we don't have to start over. We don't have to start from scratch every time. We could build on the foundation that's already been laid. Like, you know, like you don't have to do that again. Like I already did this before. So look, everyone's gonna know now if you need to get your stuff up on like all the online digital distribution platforms. We do this. I did this. Everybody know that this is what we do. You don't have to worry about that. Let's focus on higher issues. Let's try to focus on having something established so that venues are always like taking care of the artists and things like that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's that was one of the things that you all talked about at the DC Summit, that sometimes there is no consistent communication between like the venues and the artists, you know, especially in the DMV area. And, you know, sometimes it looks to be discouraging when we were mentioning before some of the main places that we would go and play, like on U Street and stuff like that. You know, I don't know what's going on, but you know, where they're taking the music, the live performance element out. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's a couple spots on U Street now. I'm just like, no music. Well, you know, besides Bohemian now, you know, Ben 1301's been having some challenges. Marvin's been having some challenges. Yeah.
Is it like a dance hall license thing?
That we don't know.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying? And that's where if we don't talk to the proprietors of these places, and if they don't open up the conversation with us, just like, it's not about just y'all owning the spot. We want to make sure this spot stays open, that we can be able to continue to do what we do.
Oh, we definitely need to have that cracking, like that communication with owners and musicians, as you say, because it's symbiosis. Like we keep each other alive. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I like to nerd out, and I love science, so I might drop a science reference.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I was like, brother.
like, yo, you ever check out like deep sea fish where there's no light and they all like have a way of like using light and stuff in their bodies? It's called bioluminescence.
Yes, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you're like, oh, this one anglerfish has this thing that comes from like the top of his head. It's almost like a fishing line, and it lights up. And another smaller fish will be attracted to the light because ain't no light down there.
Gotcha.
So it goes close, and then when it's close enough, then it bites, kills that fish. Now you could say like, oh, that's amazing, and it creates this light and it does its thing. And like when a squid gets away regularly, like in a place where there's light, they use this ink.
Got it.
But in the deep sea, they have a bioluminescent ink that like sparkles and dazzles. And then you're caught up in that, the squid is already out. Now you could say that, oh, these animals are really, these creatures are really amazing. They can make this light happen. In reality, it's symbiosis. It's this thing called photoplankton, and it creates the light, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna work with you, organism, so that you could create light.
Wow.
And I can't eat like by myself. I don't have those mechanisms and stuff. You do, but you don't have no means of catching anything. So I'm gonna work with you. You shine your light, and then you get that food that way, and then you produce them joints. I'm gonna like hoover off the nutrients, and we're good.
Gotcha.
And so this is like venues.
That is amazing,
this
brother.
Is venues and artists. It's like, yo, we want to perform and we want to stay in front of our people and stuff and do this. And then the venue, it's like you want to get people up in this joint and have them spending money on like food and drink. So we definitely should always be having conversations like, yo, this is a crazy month. Look, you hold me down on the regular like this. So what we're gonna do is we might let the normal fee slide just so we could build this up or do whatever. And back and forth.
Yes.
We should be like this because we're helping each other eat at the end of the day, no?
Brother, idea came to my mind just like, I might have to just have the bio-musical series on Choppin It Up with Chook.
Oh,
because
man.
the way you're breaking down the scientific examples and the comparison to music, it's absolutely great. And
Man.
and I love that. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And so that also comes out in like the music that you do, like I said, even like with the collaborations. I just had a chance over the past couple of days just to, like I said, go and research you online and all that stuff. You did one song called Homework at Home.
Oh, yeah.
It was for beats. If I wrote it down, it's beats, bows, and remixes.
Yep.
Dude, that was killing with you and Whitehole?
Yeah, Whitehole. Yeah, he plays 6-string electric cello. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's like you on his bass right here. He in that range. He in that register.
I see. So we ran across this one song, Homework. So was that a whole project that you all did together?
Yeah, Beats, Bows, and Remix is an album that we worked on. It's our debut album together. So with Whitehole now, we've been working on trying to bridge like Western classical music and hip hop and go-go influences and stuff. And so we came up with this album. And it has a lot of our work that we've been doing together. So we've created orchestral scores for all of these, for like most of these songs right here. And we've been performing them with the NSO, the National Symphony Orchestra in DC at the Kennedy Center for we did 5 years and stuff.
Wow.
And now we've been expanding our orchestral work. So we now the NSO library, they're the holders of our orchestral materials. So if you work in another orchestra and you need the charts for 70 people, you talk to the NSO librarian and then they send it to you and stuff.
Wow.
So we have this relationship. So we've been working with Princeton Symphony Orchestra, and 2 weekends ago we did this song "Homework at Home" with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra.
Really?
Yeah.
See, listen, y'all. That's why, and we always gonna at the end of the show, we're gonna tell you how to keep in contact with Brother Christylez Bacon. You all, if you want to be enlightened, if you want to experience something that is outside of sometimes what we normally will be adjusted to listening to sometimes on the radio. That's why I love this platform, because I'm able to introduce to some and present to others artists and people who we might not have heard. Listen to me, y'all. And the thing about it is in our own backyard, let's give credence and support these artists while they're here, because then we feel some kind of way when London, England, or Italy grab the person up for for a tour, or Vegas, or Broadway. We was like, yeah, well, he left for such and such. No, well, we've been here. We've been here, so we have to continue to support each other. I want to share with you all this tune called Homework at Home with Brother Christylez Bacon and Whitehole. And it's here live on Choppin It Up with Chook here on DC Radio.
I woke up in the morning, doing what I do, buttoned up my shirt and tied up my shoes, picked out the afro and put on the hat. Fed the goldfish, then I fed the cat. Kissed my mom on the cheek after I brushed my teeth. Took my sister out the house, now I'm starting the week. Now I'm up in the school, in the classroom, pledge my allegiance to the flag, then I move to the music class with the music staff, with the homework due from the lesson I had. I looked under my desk and said, yo, this is really bad. Now that I think about it, I left my book bag. Yo, I left my homework at home. Now I gotta call my mom on the phone, but my mom is already at work. Now my music teacher's gonna go berserk. I woke up in the morning, doing what I do, buttoned up my shirt and tied up my shoes, picked out the afro and put on a hat. I fed the goldfish, then I fed the cat. Kiss my mom on the cheek after I brush my teeth. Took my sister out the house, now I'm starting to weep. Now I'm up in the school, in the classroom. Pledge my allegiance to the flag, then I move to the music class with the music staff, with the homework due from the lesson I had. I looked under my desk and said, yo, this is really bad. Now that I think about it, I left my book bag. Yo, I left my homework at home. Now I gotta call my mom on the phone, but my mom is already at work, and my music teacher's gonna go berserk. I woke up in the morning doing what I do, button up my shirt and tied up my shoes. Picked out the afro and put on a hat. I fed the goldfish, then I fed the cat. Kissed my mom on the cheek after I brushed my teeth. Took my sister out the house, now I'm starting to weep. Now I'm up in the classroom. Pledge my allegiance to the flag, then I move to the music class with the music staff, with the homework due from the lesson I had. I looked under my desk and said, yo, this is really bad. Now that I think about it, I left my book bag. Yo, I left my homework at home. Now I gotta call my mom on the phone, but my mom is already at work. Now my music teacher's gonna go berserk. Why told? At home, and now I gotta call my mom on the phone, but my mom is already at work, and my music teacher's gonna go berserk. Yo, I left my homework at home. Now I gotta call my mom on the phone, but my mom is already at work, and my music teacher's gonna go berserk.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah.
We're back up and at it. Yes, indeed. Y'all heard that. That is the Christylez Bacon and Wyatt Tone. That was called Homework at Home.
Yeah.
So, brother, of course, you know, I couldn't have you come into the studio and we don't do some form of impromptu something or another here at Choppin It Up with Chook. So, you know what, this is so I'm on pins and needles because you know, you're so creative in every element.
Oh,
so
man,
I'm just excited to see what we come up with, brother.
Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Let's make sure we can hear stuff. And hold on, wait a minute. I don't think I'm plugged in. Don't want no technical difficulties here on my part, you know.
I can dig that.
That better?
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Trying to tell you, this brother.
Get out of here.
You don't already know. It's too good.
Let's see what we come up with. What you feeling, brother?
Man, so maybe for the listeners, we could do something where we add in a little bit of freestyle into it.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is, I love doing this game. This is something that we do all the time growing up.
Okay.
It's freestyling.
Okay.
And so to make sure that this is a freestyle and not anything written,
right.
if you're looking at this online,
right.
I have an iPad, but it's not lyrics. It's just me writing this down.
Yes,
right
indeed.
here.
Yes,
so
indeed.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down 10 words that you all give me,
okay.
and then I'm going to use these in the freestyle.
Okay.
These words can't rhyme with each other, and it has to be challenging. So
Got you.
What you thinking? Word.
Let's see. What were you saying? Symbiosis? Is that
Symbiosis?
What
okay.
Yeah, symbiosis. We got words. So you got rockstar. Well, Shane, what you got? Huh? Papaya. That's a good one. Papaya. Does Max got one? Just words anywhere. What's the word? Legendary. Mm-hmm. What's another word? I'm around here looking for words in the transparent. Yeah. She got one here. Inspiration. Like that. Inspiration. Max have one. Recording. Okay.
We got recording.
Paya. Yep.
We got 3 more. some real challenging joints, some real off the wall, out of the box.
Right.
SAT.
Right. Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Oh man, I remember coming across that word a long time ago, but I would have to admit, I forgot all meaning of this word.
What does it mean? Magic. Prestidigitation is like magic. Got it.
Wow.
Okay. I said a word the other day. What was it? We talk
magic.
About my ensemble. It was called, I remember. Ensemble. We can put ensemble down.
Ensemble. All right.
And then iridescent.
Iridescent.
Hey, that's good. That's two.
Wow.
Y'all are experiencing this right here.
Good God.
In real time here on Choppin It Up with Chook. I love this.
Man, okay, then we got some words. We got 10 right here, y'all. I'm looking at this joint right here. I mean, don't look at my handwriting right now because it's looking wild style. All right? Mm-hmm. Literally like wild style graffiti out here. All right, we have symbiosis. Mm-hmm. We have rockstar, papaya, legendary, transparent, inspiration, recording, prestidigitation.
Yes.
Good God. The finest of multi-syllabic words. All right. Then we have ensemble and iridescent.
Yes.
I'll try not to say iridescent. Iridescent.
That's real
iridescent. 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 All right. And then we have this miniature djembe right here.
Yes.
We have a pocket travel djembe right here.
Yes, indeed.
That sounds more like a Middle Eastern instrument than a West African one. But I'm gonna use this to crank up a little pocket. Let's see. Let me. Chook plays so good, don't you agree? He do the bass and I will MC. After that, we're gonna make sure it's the dopest. Put it back together and use it symbiosis. Just like that, we be the best by far. Don't travel in the car, kinda like a rock star. Rock star doing something that you ain't used to. Not in a limbo, but I'm in the Uber. Doing it like that and make it all fire. But the beat is sweet like papaya. Do it like that and freestyle kinda scary. But we do it with ease because it's legendary. The pedigree that we do it when we MC. Do this and chop a beat like it's meant to me. After that, we out like Ferris. Trying to be transparent to you to let you know what we about to do. So without further ado, I pass it to you up in the place. I'ma take some space. Stop for a second so you can hear the bass. Good God. My man plays so good, it's messing up my concentration. So I had to transmute it and now it's my inspiration. Just like that with the freestyle we be sporting. The beats, they're so unique with the recording. My bad, I'm messing up my concentration. Trying to make it magic like prestidigitation. Just like you see and all the Bama's waiting. Like the A2 outside of the train station. Yeah. Just like that and we do it and it's popular. The train station I'm talking about is Anacostia. Right by the farms, oh my God. We about to travel in this joint. Go hella far, just like that with the freestyle. Going for a throttle, put it back together as a two-man ensemble. Just like that, and you know it's such a blessing. We shine so bright, Bama thought it was iridescent.
Freestyle! With D. Christylez Becky. Come on, y'all. It don't get no better than this. Oh
man.
Brother, listen, we're going to be spending some time together.
Man, let's go, please.
I love that. Like I said, every time So y'all gotta understand, whenever these moments happen in the studio, it always takes me a moment to get myself back together because not only is music a universal language, but anybody who's listening to this or watching this live, we bring them into our world.
Yeah.
So they experience it, like I said, that they're eavesdropping on the conversation we're having with our God and our God-given talent, our God-given gifts.
Yes.
People have an opportunity to eavesdrop on that. And the thing about it that's so amazing is we don't know what we do, how it affects other people, especially those who might not have rhythm or can't rhyme two words together or, what I'm saying, or can't walk and talk and chew gum at the same time. And it's just an experience, it's an inspiration, and us being transparent like that. You know what I'm saying? I love that, brother, and I appreciate that. I appreciate
Likewise,
you being
man.
you. So, brother, question. So, there's a lot of people out here who aspire to do what it is, and that not only what we're doing, but they have their own dreams and goals and stuff. What would you suggest to them for them to be able to make it and believe in themselves? Like, what do the security that it takes to be who we are or who you are? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be nobody else. I don't want to be no taller. I might need to drop a couple pounds, but I know I'm me.
You want to be your best self, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
What was that, the old Army commercial? Be all you can be.
Yeah, for real, right?
Yeah. So how do you go about that? What would you say to someone else who needs that inspiration to be themselves? Like, you know what I mean?
Man, well, the amazing thing about being yourself is that wherever you show up, you're always going to get an experience that is unique to you, right?
Right.
If you show up as someone else, if it's not you, but you're like, oh, I'm gonna act this way and go and come off this way, you're gonna find yourself in experiences that are tailor-made for that type of person.
Got you.
Now, the con to that one is that now you're gonna be in more situations for that type of person, right?
Got it.
And then it's gonna be like fighting against gravity to try to be that person day in and day out. And when you're not that person in yourself,
right,
then people are gonna be like butthurt because they're gonna be like, I have these expectations. It's gonna take more energy.
Right.
But if you show up as you, you'll find yourself in situations and talking to people in conversations that are tailor-made to you, like your own fingerprint. It's like it fits every groove of your fingerprint. So if we show up as ourselves, we're going to be in the best situations for who we are, and we wind up doing gigs in a career path in our artistry that is so unique for us that we don't ever have to worry about competition. It's just it's like someone come up to you and they're like, yo, let's have a battle. Oh, what's the battle? The battle is being you. You're going to beat Chook, and I'm going to beat Chook too.
Right.
Who finna win? He finna win. Every time. Because I'm trying to be like you.
That's right.
I'm trying to be like you a minute ago. I'm trying to be like you a year ago. You are evolving. Like you're like the most recent update a minute ago. Right now. Right. So it's amazing.
Brother, I love the way you think. That's so true because even when you were just speaking that hit a different part inside because we know the challenges that we have over like a lifetime. Sometimes we have wanted to fit in and all that stuff, and then only, like you said, what's the saying? To thine own self be true. It's kind of crazy. Like you said, you could, when people can imitate everybody else, but then you go and you look in the mirror and be like, who's that? You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So take time to identify who you are, what your sound is, what it is that you want to bring to the table. Everybody else who when you try to imitate someone else, it's already done.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? You always will be second.
Yeah, you're always in the past.
Yeah. Always in the past.
You're chasing the ghost image.
How about that?
Every time.
That is amazing. So so you have an amazing platform, brother. And so what do you utilize? What is the importance of your platform for you?
The importance of my platform for me is to have to be able to create space and opportunities and situations for different people to know each other from all walks of life, like across race, ethnicity, nationality, class. Like it's like creating a space that is almost like the great equalizer. And with that, we're able to learn more about our experiences, the things that connect us all as human beings. And I mean the last part, like bringing all this stuff together.
So that was going to be the last, one of the final questions I want to ask you. What is the change in DC and change in the DMV? What does that look like to you? Because like at the DC Summit, it was so many amazing points of perspective that was brought to the table on like the unification and all of that stuff. But what does change look like to you? Because things are different, like you said, today than they might have been a month ago or 2 weeks ago, even, so what does it look like to you, the change that you would like to see, like in the music and arts, just period, but definitely like in what we do in entertainment, even locally?
Well, yeah, I'll start with the con and then go all the way into the pro.
Gotcha.
So the con with the change is that in recent years, I forget which news source, maybe it was the Post or whatever, or New York Times, but they were saying that Washington D.C. was the city that was hit like the hardest and most rapid by gentrification.
Got you.
And as Washingtonians, we know it. We see it. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a DC diaspora now. You know what I'm saying? Like people that grew up in DC that call Bama's and Youngins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All day. and then we out here in like PG County. We out all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So DC diaspora right there. Yeah. So we have that, and then we also had like go-go being pushed out of the city.
Got you.
Also, and that was happening even before the gentrification, right?
Right.
Like since the IBEX and stuff. And so we have that, we have those pros, and we have to battle. We're like in a battle to like just to keep our cultural identity, to say what is it like to be a Washingtonian in this new Washington D.C. What is it like to be a native Washingtonian outside of D.C. Like cultural identity, and so we have all those parts. And now the pro of this and the situation that we in right now is because we've been hit the hardest this way, because our culture has been like suppressed in ways and pushed out. We fight for it like a champion now. You know what I'm saying? Like with Don't Mute DC campaign and stuff like that. We riding for it.
Yes.
Go Museum, we riding for that joint.
Yes,
Dior, Ashley Brown stuff, like the DC Music Summit.
Yep.
Like we're going in. Like now, like we're going in and we have all these resources now in DC. Like all the libraries are pretty much new. They all have like soundproof facilities that you could use. You could probably use those as a practice room.
Got it.
We all and every library is also a soundproof meeting rooms. And the only thing you need to reserve those joints, it's a library card. So you can do all your business meetings there. You could probably host like a gathering up in that joint.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all listening to this? Hopefully y'all are writing this stuff down.
This is your library. This is the library, y'all.
Yeah.
Like you just roll up.
Right.
And with the internet, we could teach ourselves so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to learn like how to play like jazz bass or Brazilian style bass, you can learn on YouTube right now.
YouTube University.
Exactly.
Yes, indeed.
And so the pro with this change is that all these resources are being put in the city. Now, if you can afford to stay in the city, then you will definitely like get all the benefits from that stuff. But also as a community, we could come in and try to take advantage of this stuff. The grants that we have with DC Commission on Arts and Humanities, cable television, all this stuff that we have right here, the space that we're in right now. This is amazing. Like you having this show and all the things that we're doing, this is the pro and the change. And as a community, I feel like we are like, we Voltroning now. You know what I'm saying? We in our Voltron state right now.
Yes, we are. You all. I have been absolutely blessed. I hope y'all been blessed today, because the wealth of knowledge and just the perspective, I've learned so many new analogies. I'm about to go home and open up a biology and science book and everything. It's just like
Blue Planet, Doc. It's like we're going Netflix real quick.
So Christylez, look, so how can the people find you?
Man, you can find me with ease by typing in, if you type in Christylez.com or type in Christylez Bacon, CHRISTYLEZ, Bacon, BACON. in Google, you'll find me. If you want to check out my weekly collaboration series, it's called Beatbox Remix.
Beatbox Remix.
Yep.
Are y'all listening? Listen. Listen, Beatbox Remix. So tell us exactly. I've been checking it out, brother.
Oh, yeah. I got a new video. So now I decided that the posting schedule, because sometimes I post on Thursdays or whatever. And so now I'm going to start posting every Friday around noon. So every Friday at noon, it's a new video with a new artist from a different country performing on traditional instruments, traditional music, and I use beatbox to find the way to dig into the traditional music and also merge hip-hop and go-go influences.
Wow-wee. So y'all know, so on Thursday, you can catch Choppin' It Up with Chook live at 12 noon. Friday, you need to be able to look and find out brother Christylez Bacon. Say it one more time.
Oh, Beatsbox, Beatbox, remix.com.
Beatboxremix.com. Listen, and before we leave, there's one more song that I want to share. You've really, really opened up my mind, brother. Even like I said, since the DC Music Summit, even up to now, and just having some time to chop it up with you, you really, really have opened up my mind with the collaborations. And even though things are changing, even in our city, there's certain elements that we need to embrace the change with. And we said if the music game, I always say, the game is defined as a competition based on specific rules.
Yeah.
And then this is a platform where we sharpen our rules of engagement. So I want to tell you, thank you for helping to sharpen my rules of engagement today.
Likewise,
on this
man.
show, brother. Absolutely. There's one song that I want to leave out with. Is it called Libre Tango?
Libre Tango. Yeah. It's a Argentinian tango composition by Astor Piazzolla, a famous Argentinian tango composer. But it is performed. This performance is in Brasilia, Brazil, the sister city of Washington D.C., where all Brazilians and me, the American, on the beatbox.
Yes, indeed. Thank you all so much for checking out Choppin' It Up with Chook today with my special guest. Yes, the Christylez Bacon. Listen, you all, be positive. Tell someone today that you love them and your loved ones and all that good stuff. Share a smile, share a handshake or whatever. I know we talk about the coronavirus, so we make sure we got hand sanitizer. But we got to share some love out here. It's that kind of day. And listen, always, I promise to bring people here that is going to help you along your journey. Whatever it is that you want to do, don't give up. And you're hearing from me, Antone Chooky Caldwell, here, Chopping It Up with Chook, here on DC Radio.
In DC, for DC, DC Radio, 96.3 HD4, and DCRadio.gov.